You were never meant to be managed. You were meant to be unleashed. The question is whether you have the courage to be the one who does it. Do it anyway. Because the only life worth living is the one you actually chose. And choosing, really choosing, begins the moment you stop letting your wounds, your conditioning, and your comfortable lies make the decision for you. Break it. Not tomorrow. Not when you are ready. Not when conditions are perfect, and the timing feels right, and the fear has finally gone quiet. Now, with the fear still loud, with the uncertainty still present, with no guarantees and no applause and no one watching. The manipulation you fear from others is nothing compared to the manipulation you have been running on yourself. Dark psychology is not about becoming darker. It is about becoming clearer. Clearer about who you are. Clearer about what controls you. Clearer about what you have been running from. That person is powerful. That person is specific. That person is irreplaceable. The world does not need another person performing a safe, optimized, approval-chasing version of a life. The world has enough of those. What it needs, what it has always needed, is people willing to be so fully and unapologetically themselves that they give others permission to do the same. Necessary, relentless process of becoming who you actually are. Not who you were told to be. Not who is easiest to love. Not who requires the least explanation at family dinners. Who you actually are, at the core, when the performance stops and the silence begins. Stop performing for the audience in your head, the imagined critics, the disappointed parents, the people from your past who told you who you were. They are not watching. They are living their own tangled lives. The audience is not real, but the years you spend performing for it are. You are not a product of what happened to you. You are a product of how you interpret what happened to you. An interpretation is always a choice. It doesn't feel like one, but it is. Start seeing yourself with the same analytical eye that dark psychology turns on the world. Study your own patterns. Where do you self-sabotage? Where do you play small? What situations consistently make you shrink? What relationships drain you but you keep returning to anyway? What habits do you maintain that you know are slowly costing you the life you want? One person decides the wound means they are broken. The other decides it means they are forged. You choose your meaning. Every single time. That is the darkest and most liberating truth in all of psychology. You develop what psychologists call an internal locus of control. A deep, immovable belief that your life is shaped by your choices, not your circumstances. Not your past. Not your family. Not the opportunities you were or weren't given. Because here is the brutal truth about victims and victors. They often started with the same wound. The difference is what they decided the wound meant. You stop outsourcing your confidence to other people's reactions. When someone approves of you, that is nice. When someone disapproves of you, that is also just information. Neither one defines your worth. Neither one determines your direction. You stop living in the emotional weather of other people's opinions. So what do you actually do? You stop asking for permission. From anyone. Including yourself. You stop waiting for motivation to arrive before you act. Motivation is not a cause. It is a result. You act first. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. The people who wait to feel motivated before starting are the people who never start. They are still waiting. They will always be waiting. Your anger that explodes at the wrong moments. That is your shadow. Your self-sabotage right when you are close to winning. That is your shadow. Your tendency to destroy good things before they can be taken from you. That is your shadow. The voice that says you don't deserve it. That no one will love the real you. That success is for other people. Your mind will try to negotiate. It will say, not yet. It will say, next month, when things calm down. It will say, you are not ready, you don't know enough, you are not good enough yet. It will build an elaborate architecture of delay. And if you listen to it, you will spend your entire life in the waiting room of your own potential. Pain is information. Resistance is direction. The things that terrify you most are usually the exact things you need to do. The most psychologically powerful people you will ever meet are not fearless. They are afraid and they move anyway. They feel the pull toward comfort, and they walk directly into discomfort. Not because it is easy, because they have understood something fundamental about how humans actually work. Comfort is not neutral. Comfort is decay dressed up as peace. Every day you choose comfortable stagnation over uncomfortable growth, you are not standing still. You are moving backward. The world is accelerating. Your competition, whether that is other people, other versions of yourself, time itself, is not waiting for you to feel ready. It never will. Readiness is a myth invented by people who are afraid to begin. But here is what they actually are. They are the brain doing its oldest job, protecting the status quo, protecting the familiar. Because familiar feels safe, even when familiar is destroying you. Even when familiar means staying in a life that no longer fits. Even when familiar means watching your potential rot while you scroll through other people's highlight reels wondering why you feel so empty. You want to know the dark truth about psychology? And purpose, real, bone-deep purpose, does not care about approval. Here is the turning point. The thing that separates the people who actually transform their lives from the ones who just consume content about transformation. It is this.